Hello.
Hello. Is anyone out there? It's a mom's night out.
Today, we are sitting down with my good friend and strength and nutrition coach, Stacey Schaedler, to discuss all things strength training, pelvic floor health, and women's hormones. These are some of the things that you guys keep asking us to talk about. Stacey is a thoughtful strength and nutrition coach of over 22 years, whose mission is helping women feel incredible through intelligent strength training and sustainable nutrition. Her methods are backed by science, not quick fixes, and she strives to help women find their own magical balance of health so that they can be comfortable moving and shaking in their own skin. Stacey trains women of all ages and ability levels, and her approach is simple and straightforward. Plus, she's a mom of two and absolutely hilarious. Stacey, welcome to a mom's night out.
Yeah, it's a late night for me.
Yeah, wait. Okay.
Driving in the dark? No, just kidding.
Have you ever done that before?
Yes.
Okay, so we should tell the listeners. You go to bed early.
I do.
What's early?
What time is it?
She's like, I'd be asleep for an hour.
No, I mean, I go to bed at like 8:45.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah,
that's
this is
not,
okay.
yeah.
That's not too.
I know.
That's not like
Pretty
awfully
reasonable.
early.
I know, but you're going to be a little late to bed tonight because you are joining us, and we're so grateful to have you. Stacey and I go way back, so we've known each other for like 10 years now, right? 10 years, because it was when I got married.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 11 years, because I found Stacey when I was trying to get in shape for my wedding,
Shredding for the wedding.
and that I did. Best shape of my life. So we're going to kick this episode off. Okay, it's February 5th / when this airs. It'll be the 12th. It's fine. But it's February. Why do you think it's so? I feel like everyone's fallen off their
Oh, yeah.
New Year's resolution. The gym's getting back to normal.
Thank God.
Why do you think that is?
I think everybody just goes way too hard in the paint and they can't sustain it, right? So it's like you need to fundamentally change who you are if you're gonna make this like sustainable change. And you can't just like do all the things because like it's just way too much. And especially just like women, moms working, you can't go 0 to 100 and expect it to stick because it's just too hard.
Thank God you're saying that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I know everybody's always looking for a quick fix. So what do you think it takes to be successful and making the change?
I mean, I think that having people who are like-minded around you, so like being part of a community, having friends that are gonna support the goals that you have. Like, you don't want to go to the gym, but like you're meeting them. Like, you want to eat shit and booze, and they're like, no, maybe you shouldn't. I don't know. You just need to have other people in your corner, and it's like, it's the daily habits that you're practicing every single day that are gonna create that.
You'd be so proud of us. Last Thursday, we all went to a workout class together.
That's
And then
the
went
best.
to the sauna.
Instead of going to the bar and drinking drinks.
We went to a workout class.
That was our
That
mom's
is my
night out.
ideal.
It was so fun.
All right, we're inviting
was
you
really
next
fun.
time.
Yeah, it was really
And then
great.
we had like salads and protein.
I mean,
We're like, who are we right now?
Like this is not
Getting
an every
old.
time, but it was very nice.
we were getting old and we had great sleep.
Because that's really all that matters.
Okay, speaking about sleep, you've coined the phrase "chill the fuck out." Tell us more about this. What does it mean?
Do you guys know any one woman that is not stressed the fuck out?
No.
No.
Okay.
And if they say they are, they're lying. We say that all the time.
Right. So it's this whole, like, the nervous system runs the show. So like parasympathetic, sympathetic nervous system. If you're always like go, 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 go. And like just as a mom, like if you guys have 3 kids, 2 kids, you're doing this, you're coaching sports. Like it's literally like you don't have a fucking break. And so what's dieting? What's exercise? Like more. It's just like more stress on your body. So your body actually, like, it's just like a man and a female, like they're not the same. So like whatever works for your husband or guys, like I'll just use my husband as an example. Like he'll go to bed early and then he literally gets up at 3 a.m. so that he can go to the gym.
That's insane.
Even though he's fucking passing out on the couch at like 5:30 and I'm like, wake the fuck up. But like our hormones would fucking tank if we did that.
Yes.
Right. And then like
Yeah.
this is why you're hearing about women being like, I have this fucking gut and I can't get rid of it. And it's like, chill the fuck out. Like prioritize your sleep, prioritize your protein, go fucking walk. instead of doing some stupid class. Like it's like less is more. I would say, honestly, like 3 total body days of strength. If you want a day, do a day of intervals, great. If you like running, great. But just like you have to like map it out in your head so that it makes sense. And like muscle's hard to build, so it like takes time, right? Like if I met you 11 years ago, you started lifting weights, you were an athlete before, but like it's taken you that long to build a base. Like I've been lifting weights for over 20 years.
Yeah.
So
you're not just going to do 10 squats and get a booty.
no, and it's like that's the problem. Is
I'm
like
not.
you make it so much about like getting in a calorie deficit, but if you don't have any muscle, then like you can't keep like lessening your calories. You have to actually like probably eat a little bit more, put some muscle on, and then you can go like lean out. But then you just don't have anything to like lean out to.
That's so funny you say it. I'm like cycling right now. And I just, over the last few months, I was eating more. Yeah. Working out hard.
Which is scary for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And like if you don't have that base, then it's just, you're just like, what am I even doing? Like I can barely get the protein in now. Like but you have to like build yourself up to that. But that's not going to be for everybody.
So you kind of just touched on this. Like it's counterproductive to crush yourself 7 days a week in the gym and do tons of cardio.
Yes.
Okay. So we just need to chill the fuck out. Do you hear that, ladies?
And you very quickly rattled through, I think, some good tips. But if you could just give people tips like prioritize sleep.
Yep. So, I mean, I would say like 7 to 8 hours, like be realistic with things. So like when you're like, oh, what time do you go to bed? Like I get up at 4. So like I need to do that. Cause like I start work at 6. So I need some like alone time before I like get on, because you know, like the marathon running that you're doing in the morning, getting the kids off and everything.
It's nuts.
And then, so I'd say protein, hydration. So like it's really popular now, but like you need sodium, you need potassium, you need magnesium. So like LMNT, like that's one brand. It can be super helpful. There's like Redmond's Relight. I like that better, but like those things are helpful because stress depletes minerals. And so like sodium, potassium, magnesium are minerals. And so you're actually like getting real hydration. So like, I don't know, women are just like very in tune and like smart when it comes to their body. So like whatever, you want great skin, but like your skin starts to feel like really dry. Sure, it's the winter, but it's like if you're not actually like hydrated on the inside, then like it's gonna be your skin. I don't know.
Right. Easy.
So smart. Okay, I personally am fed content about strength training, probably because I'm aging. I'm getting towards that age. But talk to us why it's so important to keep up strength training as you age.
Do you fucking want osteoporosis?
No.
Dementia?
No.
Do you want to be in a wheelchair?
No.
Okay. Do you want to do shit for yourself?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, it's like a no-brainer. Like, my mom went from like osteopenia to osteoporosis like rapidly. Wow. She's always been like super thin. She's doing all the right things, like, but it just whatever, like
it happens,
you know? And like I see it all the time. So I don't know. It's just like now, whatever, I'll be 42 this year. Sure, like I want to look good. I want a nice ass. Like whatever. But at the same time, like I want to be independent and like not, you know, like self-reliant, not, I don't know. I just like see older people and I'm just like, so that it's kind of like whatever. Yeah. Cause we're getting older. It's kind of shifting.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if that
scary
answers the question.
Okay. No, it does. Okay. I think before we get into the really fun stuff, we get a ton of questions from listeners, like about fitness stuff and protein. Talk to us about prioritizing protein. That's something that you preach a lot.
Yeah.
Like, what does that look like for women?
Okay. Does anybody here or anybody get constipated? So if you were to like increase.
Yes.
Me, Jenny's got her arms up.
The story of my fucking life. Okay.
Yes.
So they'll be like, get 1.5 grams, like 1.5 times your body weight. You're like, what the fuck? It's just like, it goes too fast. You have to meet people where they're at. Right? Do you know how many grams of protein you get in right now?
No.
Okay. So that's how
I know.
No.
Jared's cringing.
No, you have to literally like think about like, how do I make it so easy? 25 grams of protein. At each meal.
At each meal.
Do it.
And you need your
I
snacks.
love that.
Fine. Or you say, okay, this is what I do with my clients is like create a range, like take your body weight or like your goal body weight and multiply it by 0.8. That's the low end. And then there's 1. You actually need more as you get older.
Oh. Wait,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So like you could go like 1, 1.2, 1.3, but
Wow.
you have to start low
Somewhere.
Yeah. And like start on the lower end and then it becomes more automatic. I think the biggest thing is like combining proteins, right? So like, I don't know, I always call it plug and play. Like I take a protein, a carb, a fat, right? And then just like make a meal. I'm not going to be fucking Betty Crocker and like cooking every single meal because it would drive me crazy. But I like batch cook a bunch of stuff and like that's how I would feed my kids too.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, even just like the serving size, like don't listen to the serving size. Like if you were to make like a sandwich, do double the amount of meat. Get a cheese that has more protein. Look at the fucking bread and be like, is there protein in the bread? Is there fiber in the bread? Like these are all ways. Like you could eat a great sandwich and that could be very satiating, something like 500 calories and easily like over 40 grams of protein. So you don't just have to fucking eat meat, right?
Right.
Because not like people really hate that.
Not having
mean,
chicken
it's a lot.
breast for breakfast.
I was confessing that I did double chicken in my salad for lunch today, but can you give a few examples of how you could get 25 grams of protein?
Yeah. So you could do like egg whites, turkey sausage. Like what are things that you like? I think the sandwich or the wrap is like a great example of like, I don't know, Trader Joe's has this like light cheddar cheese. There's like fucking 8 grams of protein in a slice of cheese.
That's insane.
And then combine that with like 2 servings
Yeah.
of turkey or like turkey ham. Like, and then you add in like whatever, 7 or 8 grams of protein with like the bread that you're eating. Do the math. I think you got it.
Yeah,
Like,
like seems easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You break it down very easily.
Yeah.
Like for a while after I took, you had like this little course and I was part of the group and everything. And I literally hung the sheet of paper in our pantry forever.
Yeah, just keep like, and so
Like you had tips and tricks and how much protein,
Yeah.
and it makes it so easy because everything else falls into place.
right. So you start to just like look at food as like, what is it made of, right?
Yeah.
Protein, carbs, fat. Like every food is obviously made of the macros, but there's one that is like the biggest of each food.
Right.
And then you just like start to see that and realize it.
I mean, I've been doing this now for 10 years and I go in cycles. Like I fall off the wagon, but now it's
no wagon.
I know.
no
Well, now
wagon.
it's so easy to just dial it back in. Like it's like
Right. And that's
focus
like
on
life.
protein.
And I think it's a skill. So like take
Totally.
the time to do it. And like there are people who go really hard, like, if it fits your macros. I don't think that that's realistic because it's like, I don't want my clients like measuring their carbs and their fats. Your carbs and your fats are always going to invert if you have like a calorie target and then you have a protein target.
Yeah.
So hit your protein, hit your calories. You can't fuck it up.
right.
Okay. And then like on days you're lifting, maybe you want more carbs. If you're playing hockey, you want more carbs. Like
Right.
if you are whatever in menopause and you're not tolerating carbohydrates as much, then your fats are going to go high, but your carbs are going to come down.
I don't know if you're going to cringe about this, but I feel like I always have to add protein powder.
Nope. Not going to cringe. Fucking
Okay.
love it.
Okay. I was like, oh no.
No, like
We're getting kicked
that's
out.
the thing. Like if it
Okay.
makes it easier for you, I don't want you to rely on it, but I think that every woman should have like a couple, if you even saw my cabinets, but like a couple
right.
kinds of protein powder that they like, because that's easy. Like,
Yeah.
even your kids, like make them Greek yogurt, put some protein
Yes.
powder in it with like berries and nuts, and
Sounds
like
fantastic.
there you go. Yeah, it's like dessert.
What
I
about
know.
other supplements? So outside of protein, I feel like, I don't know, everybody's
going nuts.
supplements
out there.
everywhere. Just
Holy
everywhere.
We
shit.
should start our own line.
Literally.
No, no, just
Like,
kidding.
are there any that we really truly need, or is this just really
Okay, protein powder, I would say. I think fish oil is great. I like can highly recommend that. I like Nordic Naturals.
Do you take that every day?
I do.
Wow.
Yeah. But
so
I
impressed.
noticed that like with the mental health. Magnesium definitely.
so
There's
everything?
so many different kinds of magnesiums.
Yeah.
And they're all useful for different things. You had asked about creatine. Yes. Now, that's like the most safe supplement
Yeah.
that there is. You don't need to buy some fancy kind, but there also is like gastric distress associated with that. Like, so
my
if you're
gosh.
constipated or like you shit your pants easily, you might not like creatine. So maybe get Crea Pure. It's like a New Zealand brand, and that like doesn't have the GI stuff. So it's like, I don't know, like I actually work with real women every single day and I listen to what they're fucking saying. I'm not like, no, it's fine. Just because like I'm a man and like that didn't happen to me. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like some women, they do not tolerate it well. They feel super bloated. Like it doesn't go away. Right? Then that's not a good fit for them. But I don't see, there's nothing wrong with like trying it at all.
I like that.
So my mind
Whole
right
Foods
now
has like a branched chain amino acid, like creatine, like almost like a pre-workout. That's like, you could just buy the sticks. Try it.
Okay. Yeah, I bought a brand.
You sent me one too a while ago that I'm still using.
Okay. Thorn probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one I got.
Thorn.
I feel like you told
Yeah,
me
I think
about
I
it.
sent it to you because Stacey sent it to me. But I feel like Instagram right now, it's like creatine. Like
No,
there's all
it's
these
like
my
buzzwords.
face.
No, it's like everything though.
It's
It is.
insane.
It's like, take this Trim Fit. It's gonna like, it's like help solve all your problems. No, it's fucking not. It's not gonna solve
Wait, the Trim Fit. That's like the stuff that all the beach body people are slinging now.
I mean, I'm just like every
Like
day
the
it's like
purple
something
tea.
new. Yeah, I'm just like, oh my god.
Are there
Oh yeah, so then there's gonna be like a recall, like Fen or something.
yeah,
like after the fact,
definitely.
we're all gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
like, what the fuck? No.
Oh no, for sure.
proceed carefully, ladies?
Just keep it simple, I feel like, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and like just like the big rocks, like the protein, your sleep, get off your fucking ass. Like don't sit on your phone. Like I don't know, like I do the bus stop example.
Yeah.
Literally, I'll give myself 5 minutes and the bus is always late. I literally like always get my whatever step count in.
You walk
like,
around.
Yeah, like I just walk and like
Pacing all day.
literally,
I know.
I don't know, just like do that. It doesn't have to be like this crazy workout, but you can't just sit there and be like, this is happening to me and I'm not like doing anything about it because I don't think that's good.
I know.
Are there supplements that we should be increasing our intake because as we age, we're losing those nutrients?
I mean, I think there's a lot if we want to go into this, but like our soils are depleted. Like our food does not have like the micronutrients that it used to have. And I used to think that like I could get everything from food.
Yeah.
You don't think that
don't think so.
anymore?
Nope.
Wow.
Yeah. So not to just
No.
it's like,
No,
yeah,
it's good to
like,
keep in mind.
Yeah, no, there was like this I think I was listening to NPR and it was like how long just because of all like the pesticides and stuff they can put in the food, the length of time that it's like actually picked and makes it into the supermarket is so long.
I know.
So like shopping at a farmer's market is like one of the better things you can do. But
like
even,
seasonally. Yeah. And the other thing is this, it's like, all these, I mean, I'm sure you've seen a lot of women like going low carb, right? But like carbohydrates, like root vegetables, it has a lot of potassium. Like you need those minerals. Like what I was saying with like, hydration and minerals like our life, right? So like if you're depleted in minerals, which we all are, like when you're in a state of stress, like you burn through magnesium, potassium, sodium, like salt your food, right? Like get a Redmond's real salt or like a Celtic sea salt that like you like, and you want to have that like intentionally.
You've been saying salt for years, but it's so funny. Salt is another buzzword now too.
I know.
All of a sudden. It's just
funny.
It's funny to see it all come around.
I have a confession. We have multiple kinds of salt in our cupboard.
Yeah.
Mike, my husband buys certain types, the Celtic salt, and I buy the pink salt.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? I don't know.
Yes,
We don't have to
sprinkle
go into
that shit in your water,
sprinkle
right?
everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Easily.
I'm the idiot buying the like $50 sticks of LMNT and putting them.
No, they taste good. Whatever.
I gotta try that.
But you could just sprinkle
you
the pink salt.
You could.
Is it-
But I
what?
still like, I don't know. It's just like, it's easier to drink water that tastes good, especially like when it's winter, when you're like, I don't know if I can drink water. But
Oh, I hear that.
Okay. What do you want to say to the woman listening who loves to run? I'm looking at Jenny over there.
I ran this
She's a
morning.
runner.
I did sprints this morning.
okay, great. Sprinting is great. I feel like you have to do what you love to do. Like that's what's going to make you happy. I would not say not to run.
Mic drop,
Love
Katie.
that. No, I would
Sprinkle in
wait,
some-
but that's not what I
sprinkle in
wait.
some strength training.
Hold on. I was not trying to have her tell you not to run.
No.
Just to be clear.
I know, but I do.
Just kidding.
We have
and I just slowly back away.
See,
it's come up before, but I hear what you're saying because some women
Unless
who
you're
run,
fucking complaining about something that I don't know.
I know it does
And
a
then
lot of
shut up.
injuries with like the lower body. I feel like with
You.
runners. No, not me. I don't run every day.
Yeah, I know
But-
a lot of
oh my
women.
God. And guess what? This is my fucking area of expertise. Your feet matter. The fucking rotation of your lower leg and how it meets your
Yeah.
femur.
Oh.
Like there's a lot to it. And a lot of people are like just out of alignment or they don't fucking train to run. Everybody's just like, oh, run. Running's fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You're doing like a plyometric on one leg repeatedly for however long you're
Yeah.
running. Can you hop on one leg for that long? Like, that's the thing. Like, people need to train to run.
It's so
right?
true. You make a good point. Like I'm thinking of women in my head that I know just around here that have had foot and ankle and leg injuries and they're runners.
Right. Right.
So train to run.
I think so.
So smart.
But you can keep running if it makes you happy.
Do what makes you fucking happy.
I like that.
Okay.
And sprints are awesome. Like hill sprints,
Yes.
like airdyne.
I know.
I
Sprints.
sprint.
You love
I
sprints.
sprint.
Or intervals are really
Yeah.
personally. I
So
like
yeah.
intervals.
you've all heard of like Dr. Stacey Sims. Like,
Yeah.
like just lift heavy shit. Is that
Yeah.
going to be deleted? I don't want to make fun of people. Okay.
We can.
No, just kidding. So yes, but
She's not
also
listening.
like
We beeped
you
the name.
need to learn proper form. Like you can't just tell someone who's never picked up a weight, lift heavy shit and fucking do box jumps and sprinting.
they're
Like
gonna get so hurt.
I know.
You're gonna fuck yourself
Yeah.
up.
I know.
And then like that's the thing. That's the same thing with dieting. And then that like you need to find a coach who knows what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah.
You need to learn. Like women's bodies are different than men's bodies.
So
right?
true.
A lot of us have like laxity. Like I don't know. It's
It's
just
so true.
you have to
Well, walk around any gym in January and it's very scary.
I mean, I have not been to a regular gym
Watching
in-
people.
Your
so
head.
long.
We're gonna bring you on a field trip.
Yeah.
Your
Can't
head would
do
pop.
it.
Your head would pop
You're like,
off.
I don't think that's how you should be using that machine or that weight. It's funny. They should have somebody walking around and I don't know.
All right. Running, jumping. Why do so many women pee themselves when they're exercising?
Okay.
Is this normal? I feel like we've been conditioned to believe that that's
I
normal.
know,
Like
and it
all the
fucking
mom
pisses
jokes.
me off.
I'm like, oh, just peed my pants a little.
like literally all the time.
And then like when I just can't be like and like fit into the conversation. I'm like, do you know you can fix that? But I just don't say anything. I'm just like, okay. So do we want to talk about why this is? 'Cause
Yes.
it ties
Yes.
into a bunch of
yeah.
things.
Yes.
All right.
Tell us.
So if anyone here pees their pants now, did you pee your pants before kids too?
No.
No.
Okay. So
Can't jump on the trampoline though.
you can't?
No, dude, I'll pee my pants every
Same.
time.
So do you guys I'm gonna
Mandy's like, ew.
No, I'm going to tell a little story. Okay. So back before I was a mature mother, I thought that like when you got older and like you pushed a kid out of your vagina got like loose. Did anyone else think that?
Yeah.
I mean, still, like in my head, I probably think.
Okay. No, because your vag is probably tight as fuck.
Yeah,
Oh.
actually, that is true.
No, but literally, guys, 9 times I just feel like it's a coordination issue.
Yeah.
Or you're so fucking tight that like you jump and then the urine's just getting pushed out because you're tight.
Oh, wait,
So that's where the breathing comes in. You need to learn how to breathe to your vagina and your asshole. And it might take 3 years to be able to do that.
Wow.
Because you're so tight.
I know. So when we work out together, I feel like you really focus on like the breathing.
Yeah. And so I think that, going to see a pelvic floor PT is fucking amazing for anybody, like male, female. We all have pelvic floors. Whether you've had a C-section, whether you've had a vaginal delivery, tearing, no tearing, it's a no-brainer. But then that's like what I call like smart strength training is like, I'm going to get you in a position, I'm going to have you breathe so that you're lengthening the muscles of the pelvic floor. So like the posterior pelvic floor, like when women come to me, they're lifting with lower back pain, they're running with leaking, whatever it might be. It's like the pelvis should be able to like externally rotate, internally rotate, like turn, like hike, go forward, go back. Like it's not going to move this much. But if it's so tight, right? Like if the backside of the pelvic floor is so tight, you're not going to do this when you do a deadlift, right? You're going to move your whole back and then you're going to be using your back. Your glutes aren't going to lengthen to get a good contraction. Your glutes are like your posterior pelvic floor. So if you sit on your ass all day at your desk and your pelvis is like this, or like you get stressed out and you're clenching on your fucking asshole, like that's exactly where like my kid's going to fall. My vagina clenches, like my butt clenches. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm lifting weights. I'm tightening. You know, it's just not, you need to strike that balance literally.
Yeah.
Right. So like you need to learn how to breathe. But the other thing is if I'm running and I'm in this like more rib flared position, my pelvis is sort of dumping forward. I have like my diaphragm that's inside of my rib cage. And then I have my pelvic floor, right? They should work together. So like if I take an inhale, this is counterintuitive. If I inhale, it goes down. It doesn't go up. So my diaphragm goes down and my pelvic floor should go down. And then when I exhale, it should lift. But a lot of people
do the
are
opposite.
uncoordinated after they push the baby out of their vagina. Okay?
We're all here breathing.
I also feel like even before having kids, like I never breathed right. Remember, like I'd work out with you, like, are you breathing?
And I was like, glad my vag was tight. Like, I didn't give a shit.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? But now I'm like, oh my God. Like I have a lot of like hypermobility and laxity. So I always call it like my magical vagina. I had like sunny side face first presentation, like baby stuck inside my pelvis, but I didn't tear at all. But I think it's only because I have like really lax tissues.
Yeah.
Right. But like, I don't know, the bottom of your pelvis is held in by a bunch of muscles, right?
Yeah.
Ligaments,
Yeah.
connective tissue, right? That's what pelvic floor PT is. Just like you'd go on the foam roller and like roll out your adductor, which is connected to your pelvic floor. You shove your hand in your vagina and like push over to the left, like I guarantee that obturator internus is really tight. But if you push in on it and you breathe, or you get yourself in a lateral lunge and you like let your knee come in towards the midline, you learn to breathe, you're going to lengthen those muscles. And strength training to me in a great position with like moving your feet, letting your knee go forward, let your glutes lengthen, like that holds so much better. I do think it's so valuable to go see a pelvic floor PT to be like, hey, what's the situation? Because like, I don't fucking know what's going on. You know what I mean? Do I have prolapse?
Yes.
Like, am I tight? Am I weak? Am I uncoordinated? Do I have this like paradoxical breathing pattern? Like they'll help you. A good one will help you.
Yeah.
Right? But then you can definitely coordinate your breath when you're doing your squats, when you're doing your hinges. Like it's really fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like I'm stronger than I ever was when I was in high school, college.
Just
now.
because of the breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't skip that step. And everybody's like, I don't know. It's just like, it's boring. I don't have time for this. Well, I don't have time to have back pain. I don't have time to be pissing my pants. I don't have time to have painful sex. Like it just, those are all the things. Like
It's so
all the
true.
things.
So in terms of like the pelvic floor changes, do you think the most changes when you have a child, or
I think it
are there
happens.
changes just as we age?
Yes.
As we age.
Yeah. But it's also like pregnancy, postpartum, perimenopause, menopause. Like, I don't know. Do you guys talk to your moms about their vaginas? Because I do.
No.
Yeah.
No.
My mom's
Vagina's
not gonna listen to
off
this.
limits with my mother.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna be like,
Doesn't surprise anyone in this
walking
room.
and it feels like there's a knife in my vagina. It's just like glass.
Wait.
Estrogen plummeting.
Oh, see, yeah. I feel like my mom has never had a discussion. Hi, Mom. My mom has never had a discussion with me about that. Right? They just
You don't want that shit.
They don't talk about that stuff.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
the only reason I went down this is like I had a vaginal delivery, no tearing. Then I went to have sex and it was like knife dick.
Yes.
Painful. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like talking to my hairdresser. She's like, yeah, knife dick. And I was like, I am not. Hi, Jenny. I'm not doing it. This is not the way I'm going to live my life. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not fucking not wanting to have sex forever.
That's crazy. But
So
so
like
many
your sex
people.
can be better.
Yeah.
With the pelvic floor PT.
Yeah.
For sure.
So many people think, oh, this is how it is now.
No wonder why you don't want to have sex.
Yeah.
Like, this is the shit that pisses me off. Like, okay. And then it's going to come again. Like when you're, in perimenopause and like your hormones are raging, of course you're not horny.
yeah.
Don't get me fucking started.
But also, I feel like it's so interesting. So I did go to PTT. I don't know, is that what we're calling it?
Pelvic floor
Yeah.
PT?
Yeah. But my doctor did not it was talking to women about this problem.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait,
I
what?
feel like it was,
Your doctor didn't recommend that you
No,
go to
hell
one?
no.
No,
No,
it was
doctors-
talking to like other women about what I was like dealing with,
yeah,
and they were
exactly.
like, "Wait, you gotta
and they're
go
like,
get help."
it's not covered by insurance, so we're not going to recommend it.
Yeah.
You don't need it. Yeah. Well, anything that's worthwhile, I feel like you just pay out of pocket.
Yes, you have to.
It's so true.
We're seeing a trend.
So worth it, though.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree. Where was I?
I have so many things to keep going.
No,
Oh,
keep
what else?
going.
What haven't we
Yeah.
touched on?
Oh, well, I felt like for myself, like probably like, I don't know, 38. I'm normally like a very like sexual person. And obviously, yeah, you throw kids into the mix, like blah, blah, blah. But like, I don't know. You just don't go from like being like a horny person and then being like, I like you. But like, I just don't see that as like normal.
Yeah.
Right. So testosterone is like not a like, I don't know. It's not even like legal for women. It's
Yeah.
not like a thing that like you're going to go and get.
Yeah.
Whatever. But like my testosterone was so low.
Yeah.
And so if that, like say I was 35 years old and my testosterone was like a 7, that's like a postmenopausal woman. So say I went from age 35 to like age 80 with that. You're like clit and your everything, it's going to atrophy. Like your lips will just disappear. Like, no, I'm not kidding. Like this is like a thing.
What? You're just gonna shrivel on up?
Yeah, and no one gives a shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
People don't care about women's health.
Women's
That's the
sexual
point.
health in particular.
I
Yeah.
know.
wait,
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
you and
Mental
I,
health.
Stacey and I talked a lot about the testosterone thing because remember when I
yeah,
was
you were like, oh, I think it's low. And I'm like, it's not that low.
yeah,
Right.
but still.
No, yeah, exactly. Like paying attention to that because obviously that led me down to be like, okay, fuck, will you please listen to me? Like I know that the way that I'm feeling isn't normal. And it turned out to be my thyroid and they put me on the wrong thyroid medication. And it was only like T3, which is converted in the gut. Same thing with testosterone. But like as you improve your gut health and like dive deeper than just being like, oh, I need to eat more probiotics and blah, blah, blah. Like
Yeah.
go a little bit deeper with it. I feel like a new fucking person and I might not need testosterone replacement therapy, but I do take a small dose and it was a life changer. For me,
Wow.
right?
Where do you think people should start? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's their most like general PCPs
Yeah.
are not.
If you tell them
Educated
this,
on
they're
it.
gonna.
Nope.
Yeah,
They're gonna-
where do
Yeah,
you go?
where should people go?
There are a lot of like online places that you can go. I'll leave it at that. But like not in a bad way, but like I don't want to say like, oh, this is like the best
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
But you should get labs done. You should
Okay.
get labs done in your 30s. Like let's say, I don't know, ideally, I think that we who all have daughters, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, like when our daughters are like, I don't know, 20 years old, let's teach them about their hormones. Like not just
Yeah.
like, oh, put you on birth control so like your period isn't like a nuisance,
Right.
but like teach them about what their bodies are capable of and like know what your levels are so that as they start to change, you can be like, oh, like is something going on?
love
Because
that.
it's just so prevalent. Like I see it all the time. And like, there's just so many things. I work with women like 35 to 75,
Yeah.
I would say. And it's like, they have like musculoskeletal issues, like joint pain. It's all just like related to the decline in hormones.
Wow.
Right. And like estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, these are all female hormones. And I just feel like, I think that women, we have like more testosterone in our body than
Than we would think.
right.
Yeah.
And so it does make a huge difference. Mood, it's like the get shit done hormone. So when you're just like, I don't know, it's just like if your hormones suck, you're not going to be able to get up and work out.
Yeah.
You're not going to be sleeping well.
Yeah.
Like that's the number one thing. You're not going to be motivated. You're like fucking depressed. It's not an
Yeah.
antidepressant. Fucking check your hormones.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. That people are so quick to just prescribe an antidepressant when
all
maybe
that
it's a
that's all
hormonal
that they're
issue.
doing.
So like when you if you were gonna go online and like get these like is it like a full lab panel? Like what is
Yep,
it
a full
called?
female panel.
Full female panel.
Yeah, and like
Okay.
be like, yeah, get a thyroid add-on.
Okay.
So I didn't like do a backstory about this, but like I competed in figure in my 20s and I fucked myself up.
Yeah.
I had a coach that dieted me down really bad. So I know my thyroid tanked like at 27. I got no help for that
Yeah.
until
Recently.
last year.
Wow.
So I like struggled hard. So that's where this whole balance of work and recovery came from, because it was a special gift for me
Yeah.
that like my body would be like, fuck off, you can't do it. And so this is thing like that happens to women when they're like a little bit older. But it was like, it was a gift to me that I'd be like, I am never gonna diet another woman down. I'm never gonna like crush them into the ground. Because
Right.
it's like, you can literally like ruin somebody's life
Right.
by that. You know what I mean? So
I love that.
Is there
Wow.
any resources online that you've found or people that talk about this stuff that are really helpful and have educated you? Or is it
yeah,
all-
so I have a ton. Dr. Kelly Casperson, she talks a lot about testosterone. She has like a podcast. She is a urologist.
Okay.
Because there's like, when I found out that my testosterone was low, because I'm kind of like, I don't know, like not manly, but like, I don't know. I'm like boyish. I'm not like,
You're
I don't know. I'm
tomboy.
like
Same.
tomboyish, and like, I don't know, like me in college, bad, like not good. And then like, how could mine be so low? Like I do all the right things. Like,
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like, I know that it has to be happening to like other people.
So many other
And
people.
so like you couldn't even get it. I had to get it from like a compounding pharmacy.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. And then, oh, one more thing. They're doing the pellets because they're doing it at, med spas and everything.
Med spas.
I just hear a ton of horror stories. Because think about it. They're putting in this dose that you don't know how your body's going to react to it. Sometimes they're doing like estrogen and testosterone dosages together.
Yeah.
Right? And then you can't get it out until it goes away.
Oh,
So then your shit can be like 300. That's not what
so
you want.
that's like a roller coaster ride of emotions.
Well, that's like if mine was a 7 and maybe I want to get it to like a 30 and it's fucking 350.
Whoa.
Not going to be good. Right? So
Don't
That-
get a pellet.
Don't go to
I
the
don't-
med
or
spa.
a med spa.
people
Just
are
like you
probably
shouldn't
going to
get your
hate me.
Botox at a med spa.
Bingo.
People are going to hate me for saying
Cancel
that,
me.
but like,
No.
I know.
No. Yeah.
Listen, I'm listening to you.
And I get it. Like that you're desperate, like
Yeah.
whatever.
But there's another way.
Yeah, and like some people do cream. I actually do. Like I don't care to like that I'm talking about this. I do in an injectable, and I just do it once a week, and like it's literally not a big deal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it's changed. Like, I feel like last year when we talked, you would not have been saying this. So, like, you're like a different person.
Yeah, I feel so much better. And so like if
amazing.
if I retest and like it is too high that like I don't need it, then I wouldn't take it because I solved like whatever gut issue was going on.
Right.
But in the interim, it was literally like what I needed. Nothing. I couldn't eat cleaner. I couldn't like, do you know what I mean? It was like I was already doing all of those things, and I'm like, I know my body enough. And that's the thing. Like, you guys all know your bodies.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
anybody listening, women are the fucking like we should be running the fucking world, and we're not.
Yep.
And
Yes.
Mic drop.
there's a,
Yes.
there's a problem here. Like we grow humans, we take care of them. Like it's just like it's fucking insane.
It's insane.
and no one takes care of us except ourselves.
I know.
You have to be your own advocate. Like,
It's so
so
true.
crazy.
It's
Yeah.
so true. Or you can reach out to Stacey
Yeah.
and she'll help you.
Exactly.
No, but that's the thing. Like I have clients and members who like their husband is a fucking doctor.
Yeah.
And they didn't say, oh, all of a sudden you gain 25 pounds and you are like so depressed and like, oh, it's like your thyroid and oh, you're in menopause because you haven't had a thyroid since you had it taken out. Or people with endometriosis, like you're going to go through menopause earlier, right? It's not like, it doesn't just all of a sudden happen. It's like 365 days without a period. You're going to go through times where like, oh, you don't get a period for like 9 months and then you get a period. But there's all this like hormonal swings. Whereas
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I just feel like we go through pregnancy, we birth the babies, then we're nursing, we take care of them, and then all of a sudden we have to go
insane.
through this. And it's like, what the fuck do you have to go through?
Literally.
Literally nothing.
That's how I
What the
feel.
fuck?
Yeah.
Literally
So wrong.
nothing.
My husband's like clueless. I brought this up because I'm always like, it's happening. I think that like once a week, probably at this point in my life. And he's like,
That you're going
"Why?"
through menopause?
Yeah, I'm always like, it's happening. It's perimenopause. I've called my doctor multiple times.
Like, oh, Jen's calling again.
That's
for them
beside the
to be
point.
like, shut it down.
But he's so clueless. He's like, I just remember my mom being in a bad mood all the time. I was like, fuck you. It's not helping the cause. It makes me more angry.
Yeah, I'd be like, you watch yourself.
I know, but we just don't know enough about it.
Yeah.
I know. And people are finally talking about it, which I think is really cool. Like our moms did not talk about it. It was like
everything's
shunned.
fine.
Yeah, everything's fine.
You were like shunned to talk about it, and you were supposed to be like, it was like shameful to like go through menopause. Like women just didn't talk about it.
Yeah. That's not going to happen in this lifetime.
I know.
Thank God.
Everything's changing, which is good. That's probably one of the good things about social media.
I'd say.
Okay, I've been fixated on this since we spent like a little bit of time. Breathing. Like when you were like, okay, when I breathe in, my diaphragm goes down.
Yeah.
Like how do people like how should we be breathing? Like you just got to come to you and you'll teach us how to breathe?
No, I think that, over time, like with your habits or sports or anything, there's going to be, or strength training, there's going to be like layers of compression that you're going to have. So like pregnancy was like a huge thing.
Yeah,
right?
you couldn't breathe because you had this giant thing in you.
Right. So it almost does this and it pushes up on the diaphragm.
Yeah.
Right. So like I'm like very like in tune with my body, like almost obsessively. And like I can remember first being pregnant and she was sideways. And so my face would start to get like so red, like my face gets red now. Like, and I'd be like, what's happening? Like it just was literally like my diaphragm was like pushed so far up, like so early in pregnancy even, right? So your rib cage, right, all the way around, if you're compressed on the backside because you got this rib flare while you were pregnant and you didn't do anything about it.
I still have that.
Okay, it changes the way like your rectus, your six-pack muscles activate, like, your lower abdominals. Like it just, growing humans, you don't just go right back. Like your weight might stay the same, like whatever, but like it fundamentally changes like your structure, right? And you do need to do something to get it back. So it's like expanding the lateral rib cage, like being able to breathe up here into your chest. I generally relate it back to strength training because that's what I like to do. Like I don't want to fucking lay on the ground and like do breathing drills with people, but like some people do that.
Yeah.
I relate it back to like what are the things that need to happen in order to like be able to do a hinge or like be able to do a squat successfully, right? It's like the whole stack of the rib cage and the pelvis. If I'm like going like this, then I'm probably going to use my back and my abs are like in this lengthened position. But like, how do I breathe? Like if I put my hands on my rib cage like this, I should feel that like my thumbs on the back should expand in the back as well as the sides. It shouldn't be like, oh, I'm just breathing into my chest or like, oh, I'm just belly breathing. Do you know what I mean? So like I should be able to breathe all the way to like my vagina, my butt, the back of my rib cage, my lateral rib cage.
I'm going to be sitting like this tomorrow breathing as my kids are running around home from school.
I know.
Do that. But it does take time, but it's like so worth doing. But it's just like putting yourself in positions where you can expand in areas that are really tight.
And we're all super tight.
Yeah.
Yep. Because you need to chill the fuck out.
Wait,
So
okay,
true.
I love that. We're gonna plug you for a second. So obviously
What does that mean?
we're gonna plug your little business,
Yes.
your big business that you have. So Stacey obviously trains people in person.
Yep.
And highly recommend if you're in the area, go hang out and do some strength training with you. You do one-on-one, you do small group fitness. But tell us about your online.
Yeah, so
portal.
I have, because COVID hit, I loved having like a community. I love small group training because I think that like the atmosphere of like working out with your friends, it takes the pressure. Like I've been a trainer since I was 18 and like I'm again going to be 42. It's like draining to like always be one-on-one with people, but I fucking love my job. So groups together, but also like live classes, like women love that. But like, can we have like a more intelligent, like thinking about what we're doing, like while we're actually strength training, not just like lift heavy shit, not just necessarily go to CrossFit. It doesn't like, for the women that I work with, they do have pelvic floor issues. They do have knee pain. They do have back pain, neck pain, but they still want to strength train and I can help them do that. So I have what's called the Move Your Body membership. I have like small group live classes and then there's like a DIY. So it's like online strength training programming, but we talk about like just the nitty gritty stuff that I talk about on Instagram. And it either like resonates with you because you have these issues, or you're like, I'm totally fine and I can strength train regular, and it doesn't.
Yeah. And maybe people come in for a while, take your wisdom and go.
Yeah,
But
exactly. And that's what I want. Like, I
Yeah.
just want to teach you like what you need to know, because there are things that you need to learn, and then you go and you run with it. Right. But like, I do work with women with like hypermobility who need to learn how to like have a co-contraction, get some more hamstrings. I do teach women about nutrition.
Yeah.
Right. Like, that's a part of it, because move your body to me is more about the lifestyle. It's not like fat loss. It's not like a quick fix. It's
Get
it's
a
like,
booty in 20 days.
yeah, not
I can't do that.
You know?
Oh man.
Yeah, but changing your life and like teaching you the tools.
Yeah, and it takes time. And it's like, I don't know, not everybody has like $200 an hour to go like work with a personal trainer, but like you probably can spend $79 and like, you know, I don't know, fucking learn a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the Move Your Body, I did that so many years ago. And
What-
it's still
wasn't
my
it?
core principles. It was like the nutrition aspect.
I know.
It just, the way you explained it, it just clicked, and it made it so easy. And here I am. It's been almost 5 years.
I know. And now you just do
like,
it a little bit
truly.
intuitively. It really worked. Oh my God. She didn't even pay us to say that.
No, but truly, like I remember seeing there, it was like a couple hour sessions, and it was so easy. You had this little workbook thing,
And
the sheet. It was so easy.
You
guys.
also have like the Facebook community too.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
Which
that's
is cool.
the thing too. Like, you can, like, I don't know. I want to be like, I want to support you, but I want you to also have like other people that can support you, so I'm not doing it all the time, right? 'Cause I need to have a life too,
Yeah.
right? But like, the community, I think, is huge. Like, and I don't know, it's just like a safe space where you can say,
hey, this is happening to me.
like, is this normal? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I just like, hey, I feel this way. And people are like, me too.
Right. And like, I don't know, we talk a lot about like the blood work, or like,
Yeah.
you know, maybe not rushing to get on like a statin, like ask your doctor these questions. I don't know, just like more in depth with that kind of stuff. So we talk about hormones.
community. Need a
So
community.
important.
Should we do fun questions?
Yeah. Let's end with some fun questions. Okay. What's your ideal mom's night out?
Okay. Well, it's not a mom's night out.
Mom's Day.
Yeah. MDO.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Rebrand.
Yeah. No. Snowboarding, hiking, anything like just active, like what you were saying, like, oh, go to a workout class, go do the sauna, like get food, take a fucking walk, like just do something.
Wait, and also you've been doing more and more of that. I see
have.
from Instagram, and I'm so proud of you.
I know, because I'm just not really like that, but I feel like, yeah, I had like a rough like last 5 years, and just like, you know, doing the mom thing, doing the working thing, trying to figure out like my own health stuff.
Like
but
we
now I'm
all
like,
have.
I'm ready. Yeah.
We all have. And that's like a good message to like newer moms out there listening who are like in a funk, right? Who are like, I can't relate to these people. Like, they're going and doing things. Like, you'll get there.
Right. And no, and like I always say that to Katie, like, that's so good that you like are doing this. And like she just like went balls to the wall like when she moved here to like meet people. And like, I never did that. You're like, no, like in a good way.
I
in
know.
A good way.
Well, it took me, I told her, I'm like, well, it took me a lot of strikeouts, and now I have a couple friends that I like.
Give me some advice.
Maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah. I can count them on one hand.
Yeah.
Okay, what is something that not many people know about you?
Oh, we talked about it a little earlier. I was diagnosed with ADHD at 41.
That's insane.
Because of my youngest kid, like me just like pushing to be like, what the hell is going on with her? And I was on an antidepressant for 15 years. And I was like, I don't think that this is what it is. And so here we are.
That's insane.
So crazy.
It's insane that like advocating for her made you have this like aha moment for yourself.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, maybe I am her.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh God, I feel so bad that I can't help her. But like, I needed the help too. So
That's amazing. Wow. How cool is that?
Okay. If you weren't a personal trainer, what would you be?
Olivia Benson.
Oh.
Or Dr. Pimple Popper.
Wait, I relate to that so much.
Yeah.
I could get behind those two. Yeah.
Olivia Benson, I love that so much.
Detective.
Dude, This was amazing.
This
Thank you so
was.
much.
Thank
I
you.
know you're probably
well
gonna
worth
get
my staying past my
right, and you're probably gonna get DMs flooding your inbox
Yeah.
with a million
I know.
questions. Maybe we'll do like a Q&A with Stacey. Like
Yeah.
send in any questions,
Yeah, I
and
love
we'll
that.
like field them
Ask
for
me
you.
anything.
We'll like limit you guys to like 10, so we're not harassing her. But send in any questions that you have for Stacey and check her out because she's amazing. She changed my life, and thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.